Dzień dobry, guten tag, bom dia, bonjour, hi everyone. We meet up today for the second podcast of the Travelin team. The subject today concerns the Bethlehem lights with a focus around the symbol of peace and hope. To talk about this, we will consult the member of the Travelin team which participate on light share ceremony in Warsaw. The first one we will interview is Florian, aka Florek. Hello Florian, how are you?
Dzień dobry, fine. And you?
Really fine. Can you explain what is the story of Bethlehem Lights, please?
The story of Bethlehem Light began with the movement which was started in 1986 in Austria. It should remember to the message of Christmas peace, and for that a child from Austria visit each year Bethlehem, the city in which Jesus was born. And from there they light on a candle, and the candle travels back with the child to Austria by plane, and there is a big ceremony in which participate people from around the world or from a lot of countries, and there are arrived different delegations from each country which pick up the peace light there and bring it in their countries to share it. The meaning of the peace light is to remember and share the message of Christmas peace, and the light will be brought by many participants to their houses and light on Christmas Eve in a lot of houses around the world.
Thank you, my dear, for this explanation.
You're welcome.
Now we will interest how the Bethlehem Light can be celebrated in others country by Scout and Guides Association. We will begin with Mathilde. Hi Mathilde.
Hi.
Can you explain how Bethlehem Light ceremony is doing in your association?
Yes, we have a national ceremony when the representing for the
regional?
Yes. Members, we take the lights and leave for the
regional?
Yes. And after the regional ceremony, the local groups take the light and share our communities.
Okay, thank you for this explanation. Now I will ask Elisa.
Yeah.
Hi Elisa.
Hi.
Can you explain in France how that can make?
Yeah, I will explain in my association because there are several associations. So in my association, the Scout de France Association, welcoming the light of peace is an approach that we put in place with another French Scout association called Les Éclaireurs et Éclaireuses Unionistes de France. There are other Scout movements which also welcome the light, but they are not in the same process. Usually, every year, a delegation goes to take the light in Vienna, in Austria, and brings it back to Paris. Then, other small delegations from different regions in France go to Paris to collect the light and bring it back to their region. Finally, local groups in the region are invited to a ceremony to share this light and to diffuse it in their local group to their family, their friends, their loved one, as a symbol of peace and brotherhood. The light of peace of Bethlehem is an opportunity to act for a more fraternal world. It's a symbol of hope locally and globally.
Okay, thank you. Have you maybe participated on?
Yeah, I took part of the regional delegation. So when I was 15, with a friend, I went to Paris to take the light from the ceremony in Paris. So I didn't went to Vienna, but in Paris, yes, to bring the light in my region.
Okay, thank you for this information. Florek?
Ah.
Can you explain in Germany how that can make?
Sure. In Germany, it works in this way that from my association, from VCP, a delegation went to Vienna and pick up the light in the celebration there. So they drive to Vienna by train and back also. And on the way back, they make some stops in different regions, and there is another delegation which pick up the light on the train station, and this is the way to share it over the country, and in the different regions are another celebrations with delegations from towns and other scouts groups who participate there to share in the more regional celebration the peace light and bring it to the people in their towns to have everyone with a peace light under the Christmas tree. And especially for us as scouts, I think not only for in Germany, also in Portugal and in France, it's an important thing and a kind of mission to bring the peace light in each country, and for us as scouts task to do that.
But don't put your peace light under the Christmas tree.
Yeah. It will not recommended.
Don't burn it.
Thank you for this explanation. For finish, we have a few questions about Bethlehem lights. The first one is, the lights of Bethlehem symbolize the radiance of peace. Do you have a way in your life to restore peace in your own way?
I always try to have benevolent thoughts and actions without explanation behind and only waiting the good.
For me personal is peace the solution for everyone, and if you want to work together, you should work together in peace. And nobody talks about peace because it's clear in a team. For example, like for us, we work in a team together, but nobody talks about peace because it's for us clear that we want to stay in peace with each other. And that's my personal feeling and opinion about peace.
And how do you do to keep this peace?
In an optimistic way, I would say, because there is always some reasons. You have something, you are in trouble and something doesn't work like you want, and then you are maybe angry about your own or someone else, but you must find a solution together to keep the peace or forgive each other. Like, things happen and you can't change it, what happened often in the past, and stay cool together and forgive each other.
Mathilde, what do you think about?
Breathe and live the moment.
It's efficiency.
For me, I think each one can make something to be happy. Little actions each day is enough. The second question, in addition to peace, the light of Bethlehem brings hope. What's the place of the hope in your life?
Do you want to begin, Jordan?
Why not? For me, I won't say constantly, because I think if you lose that, you can lose a part of yourself.
For me, I try to make the hope that I can have a strength without having too much hope, because it can lead to disappointment. So I try to have hope because it's really important, like you said, but not too much.
And for you, Mathilde?
In the good people, I think the best place we see the hope.
And do you have a lot of hope in your life, or in which way?
Depend for the day.
Depending of the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand.
And you, Florian, what do you think about?
About hope, I think you start a new challenge or a new day, which is also a challenge, and you hope the best for the day. And this means there are many things which happen over the day you can't control, but you can accept it and hope that will be the best for you or good in a way for you. And hope is also a kind of acceptance what happened, to start a new day and a new challenge with new hope, and finish the things in the past which happened the day before, and make hope out of it that it will be better on the next day.
Okay, thank you for this explanation. We have finished the second podcast. And
I think it was a really huge question. I think you can have a reflection on at home, our listeners.
You can meditate on.
Yeah, of course. And Thank you for those questions.
And if you want to write us, it's possible. You know how.
And answer the questions by your own, and you have a bit of impression what we think, but we are sure that you have also a really good opinion about that. And if you want to share it, talk to your friends about it, or write us like you want, or keep it in your mind for your own.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
VIP rubrics.
We are finished with the traveling team. Thanks for the participation. Now we are with Anja. Hello, Anja.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Fine. Very nice. Anja, may you introduce yourself in a few words?
I'll try. I'm Chief Commissioner of Polish Scouting and Guiding Association, and it's my third year from my fourth year term.
Nice to have you here and that you take your time. In the last few weeks, you went as a representative from ZHP to many institutions for sharing the Bethlehem Peace Light. We had the pleasure to join you. Roundabout, how many institutions did you visit in this time?
This year was special, not only because it was the 30th time that we had Bethlehem Peace Light in Poland, but also due to COVID situation. We had to rethink the way we are passing the light, we are giving the light. And so we visited less institutions than in previous years. I myself visited around 10 institutions. Among them, I gave Bethlehem Light Piece to President of the Republic of Poland and also to our Prime Minister. But what was even more important for me, I could visit some of our senior citizens and our senior guides and scouts and give them Bethlehem Peace Light. And it was a huge emotional meeting, both for me and for them. So that's how it looked like.
But 10 meetings are quite a lot in normal daily work times, and finishing the year. And how did you manage the meetings with the different institutions and people?
Obviously, I had help from other employees and volunteers in ZHP. And it's every year, the end of the year, we say that there is 1 week that is dedicated only or solely to Bethlehem Peace Light. We think that it is important to have time, to make time, to meet with people, to give them light. But what's even more important is to share with them the idea that is behind Bethlehem Peace Light. And this year, maybe 10 times more than ever.
So you can see this like a new challenge for the last year.
Yes, obviously. This year we had to overcome new challenges resulting from the COVID pandemic. We had to prepare the meetings in such a way that they are secure for both for us and for the people that take the light. And so we didn't ask scouts and guides from all over Poland to become ambassadors here in Warsaw, which we used to do in previous years. We had a bunch of young guides and scouts here in Warsaw, and they were going with us and distributing Bethlehem Peace Light. This couldn't happen this year, or actually last year, because we are in a new year already. I tend to forget yet. But still, in 2020, we were giving the light only using our employees and our adult volunteers. and we were going in very small group, not more than 3 people at one time, and we spent really short time with the people to whom we gave Bethlehem Peace Light. So it was very quick, and but nevertheless, the emotions behind it and the idea of Bethlehem Peace Light could still be filled.
So maybe the next year that can be better.
I hope so. I hope that by the end of this year, we'll have generally better situation in terms of public health. And I strongly hope that already during summer, we will be able to get back to new normality.
You talked about emotions, and how do you feel in these moments when you gave people the peace light?
It's very powerful, and it starts in the moment when we, as Polish Scouts and Guides, receive the light from Slovak Scouts. This year, it happened exactly on the border between Poland and Slovakia. And this is a very, very meaningful symbol to receive the light that travels through borders, travels through challenges, that is passed by volunteers, by people who want to do more, who want to be of service to others. And that's what was very important in last year's message of Bethlehem Peace Light. It was light of service to underline both the service that Scouts and Guides are providing to the society. That's how we see ourselves. That's how we perceive what we are doing. But also it underlined the service that has been provided during COVID pandemic, which is even more important, which is of greater importance. So I feel joy when I receive the light. And I also feel that I can pass some of my joy, some of my determination to make this world a better place to the people that are receiving the light.
So you see sharing the peace light as a task for Scouts and Guides?
Yes, I definitely do. I think it's very important that Scouts and Guides are the ones that are sharing the light. Mainly because we are the ones that are trying to make this world a better place by every day's deeds. And passing the light that traveled so many kilometers and in so different circumstances, and passing it from a scout to a scout, from guide to guide, and sharing the message and showing that there are no obstacles that cannot be overcome. This is important, and to share this idea that you can change the world is even more important.
So do you think for your impress, the Bethlehem Lights is like tool for maintain cohesion about the Scouts and Guides organization, or?
It's one of the tools that are at hand, and it's also, as I said before, it's also a very meaningful symbol. And when you add the history of Bethlehem Peace Light and you combine it with the time when it's passed, when we share the Bethlehem Peace Light with others, and you think about all the things that are important around the time of Christmas for believers and for non-believers, because in Poland it's Christmas time is cherished by the whole society, not only Christians. And the tradition of being together, of doing things together, of supporting each other is very, very strong. So Bethlehem Peace Light is very into that tradition. In the same time, it supports the tradition and also gives some novelty to the tradition. And it's a powerful tool for cooperation and also for creating a new spaces for cooperation with the same people we already did something together, but also to include new people into doing things together.
What I see personally, it's really symbolic to share and give the fire. I've never assisted on this before, and yeah, for me it makes a sense.
This very moment when you light the small candle from the peace light that Slovak scouts bring with them, and you try to light the big candle in our lantern, and there is the wind blowing, and it's all outside and it's winter, and you have to protect this small light so it doesn't go off. There is kind of magic into it, really.
And I can imagine that it was in the last year, so in 2020, the emotion bigger to protect the light and to share it in all these more complicated situations to show that the peace light is can't be stopped in every way. Another question is how it was passed the first time when you participate.
It was completely different to last year's, obviously. First of all, around the time when we received the Bethlehem Peace Light from Slovak Scouts, we have a huge gathering of scouts and guides in Zakopane, which is called Zlot Betlejemski. We have around 3,000 young scouts and guides in Zakopane, and they have some program activities connected with the idea and the message of Bethlehem Peace Light. And the light, first time I received it, it was passed during the Mass, Holy Mass in a church, in a beautiful surrounding, and with all the things that are connected with praying and with the Mass, with the Holy Mass. So the church was packed up with scouts and guides, and it was during night. So it happened very late in the evening. So that's also a difference. And generally, the main difference is that not only few people could participate, but the whole bunch of scout and guides were present there.
And did you sing songs there or all together, like in the service to sharing?
Yes, there is even a special song for Bethlehem Peace Light. Don't ask me for words or singing it. I cannot, but it's a very joyful one, and it's easy to learn by heart, and it's easy to perform. So whenever Zlot Betlejemski is happening, the song you can hear the song.
And so for you, the song can be the nicest thing which happened, or you have another remember?
No, I think that the nicest thing, not only one thing, but the nicest things that happen every time when you receive the light and when we give the light is the meeting of other people and possibility to speak with them and possibility to share not only the light but also the spirit of this particular time of the year, and possibility to pass greetings. That's also happening while Bethlehem Peace Light is shared.
And for the end, we have a little gossip. Which institution has the best food where you already were?
Okay, the best food is always in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They really know how to do this, and they also have a very nice way of serving the food. So that's not only the delicious food, but also a beautiful way of serving it.
Okay, we take note.
So thank you for joining us for the interview.
For answer our question.
And see you next time. See you soon, and stay healthy. And
best wishes for 2021.
Yeah, let's 2021 be gracious. Let it be gracious, and let it be just a good year. That's my wish for the 2021. Thanks for the invitation, and hope to talk to you soon.
You're welcome. See you.
See you.